Hey, have you ever heard of a book that was almost completely erased from history? Not because it was boring, but because it was too much. It's called the Book of Enoch, and for a long time most people weren't even supposed to read it. It tells a story that makes the regular Bible look tame. Fallen angels, giant beings, forbidden knowledge, a world so corrupt that God had to wash it all away. But here's the thing most people don't talk about. What if this book isn't just some ancient fantasy? What if it's actually trying to tell us something real about the way we live right now? The Book of Enoch was written during a dark time. A time when people felt powerless. When the world around them felt like it was falling apart. When evil seemed to be winning. So they wrote in the biggest, most dramatic language they had. They talked about angels who came down from heaven. They talked about giants that roamed the earth. They talked about secrets being taught that were never meant for humans. And then everything went wrong. According to the book, 200 of these heavenly beings called the Watchers made a decision. They came down to earth. They mixed with human women. And they started teaching things that should have stayed hidden. Weapons, seduction, magic, knowledge that gave people power they weren't ready for. Their children became giants, not just big in size, but big in their impact. These giants consumed everything. They brought violence, they brought chaos. The earth itself started crying out because of what was happening. In the middle of all of it, one man was still walking with God. His name was Enoch. And while everything around him was falling apart, Enoch was still paying attention, still connected, still seeing clearly. Now here's where it gets interesting. For centuries, people have read this story and taken it literally. Fallen angels, real giants, actual supernatural beings walking the earth. But what if that's not what the book is really trying to show us? What if the Watchers aren't literal angels at all? What if they represent something much closer to home? Something that still happens inside of us and in the world around us every single day. What if the forbidden knowledge wasn't just magic and weapons, but the moment we start using power, desire, and information without staying connected to something bigger than ourselves? What if the giants aren't just big physical beings, but the oversized problems we create when our attention moves away from what actually matters? And what if the flood wasn't just about punishing the world, but about what happens when things get so out of balance that the only way forward is a complete reset? In the next video, we're going to look much closer at the Watchers themselves. We're going to ask the question that changes everything. Were they really fallen angels from the sky? Or is there a much more grounded way to understand what they represent? Because once you see it this way, the Book of Enoch stops feeling like some weird ancient myth. It starts feeling like a warning that's still speaking. So if this way of looking at it hits different for you, hit the like button and subscribe. And in the next video, we go deeper into Watchers and what they might actually be trying to show us.